So I'm trying to
Man,
understand what you're saying here.
I'm trying to hurry up.
Yeah, but
Ain't
no,
gonna be long.
we on. I'm asking.
I was talking to David.
Oh, yeah. So, oh yeah, he got to call his ladies and whatnot. I'm sure
Hmm.
he's a Mac Daddy over there. You know, Zuri. Ask David real quick. Hey, David,
No, man,
are
we
you a
gotta
Mac
get
Daddy?
no, no, we can't. No, we gotta get on with this show.
We on the show. What are you talking about?
Oh shit, let's go then. Yeah.
Oh, let's pay the man. Look at you.
Shit, I
Look
ain't
at
know we
you.
was on.
Look
You
at
got me up
you.
past my bedtime.
I mean, sacrifices, man. I made sacrifices. You heard that? J.
Sacrifice.
Cole,
No, yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds. You know, Revenge of the Nerds fan.
Dude, chill for a minute. I ain't gonna be long. I ain't want to take long.
Man, look, we taking the ball away from his ladies.
I'll be done in a minute
Ladies,
for
we'll
real.
be done in a minute. Look, David will be right with you. And we should make it like a voicemail or something. David shall return after these messages. Can you hear me?
Nah, he went back and
He went
forth.
back upstairs. Man, that was some of my best work right there. He witness it. Boy, this stuff is not for me, man. So look, you were talking about words and you not liking big words. What do you mean by you don't like big words?
I don't like big words because hell, half the ones I can't pronounce. Shit.
Yeah, well, so pay the man 2 times. First off, uh,
Too tight, too tight, too
yeah.
tight.
Secondly, what do you mean like you don't like some people don't like zucchini? That makes sense to me. They don't like the texture, the taste, or man, I just don't like green foods. But what do you mean you don't like big words? Because you can learn how to do it. What's stopping you, Dean?
Hell, I don't know. I just don't like damn big words. Shit.
Pay the man twice. Dang, gummit, Dean.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, welcome back to Let's Talk with Gales and Dean, your favorite lovable pop-up show. That's what we kind of call it now. But anyway, I'm your boy Gales, and to my left, as usual, is
It's me. It's me. It's your boy, Mr. Dean. The insane Mr. Dean. How you doing, my black brother? Mr. Gales?
yeah, I'm well,
Getting
feeling
this
snazzy.
pop-up show on the
Listen,
road,
man,
you know.
listen,
Forget podcasts. It's pop-up show. It's
pop-up.
pop-up show.
Let's talk with Gales and Dean pop-up show. 'Cause look, man,
Pop-up
we're
show. I
gonna
like
work
that.
on this promoting stuff. We're gonna work on being on time, which is my fault, which is a new fine these days. So I actually, for the first time in show history, have to pay the man. I was late.
Have to pay the
I have a
man.
great excuse, but excuses like buttholes is what we were taught. Which brings me to,
Ooh.
which brings us to today's topic, man: coaching slash teaching styles.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, that's a good one for
I
me.
know.
That's a good one for me, man.
So
You want me to
you got different things out there. You've been a student, you've been a player, you've been a coach, you're a father, right? I mean, your significant other. You got all these different titles. So let's talk a little bit, I guess, about your coaching slash teaching style.
coach slash teacher? Well, when you mention coaching, I'm going right into coaching.
Hmm.
That I mean, you know me. I play sports. I love sports. I coach sports. So when you talk about coaching, I'm going right into coaching. And I have a pet peeve of the way people coach these days. And what I mean by that, we don't have enough of the old school coaches you and I had and our dads had or our uncles had growing up. Nowadays, when you get people out here coaching in football, baseball, or basketball, I think they're more out there for themselves. They're not out there for the kids, and that irks me, man. You got a lot of dads trying to live their dreams through their kids, and I've seen it, man. Like they do so much and be on the kids so hard, it turned the kids against the sport. Okay, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, any youth sport. That's what it's for. It's a youth sport. You know, it's only 3% of athletes make professional in any sport. 3 to 5%. You could be the world greatest kid out there on the field. Let me break it down to you
Break
like
it
this. I'm
down,
gonna
Mr.
break this
D.
down. Let me
Break it
break it down
down.
to you. Break it down, okay. And this goes out to you fathers that's trying to live through your sons. Okay. So
Uh-oh.
I've been in the coaching games and I've played and a dad tried to make it all about their son. He's the quarterback. He's the running back. He gets the ball every play. Everything surrounds him. Okay, that's good in flag, pee wee, pop warner, junior midget. But once you get to middle school and high school, you ain't got no dad out there no more. So all that you was doing in them years, it's not helping him because when you get to that level, middle school, high school, college, everybody is good or better. If you out there just holding your son's hand on him, have him out there, you know, just being the number one guy, that's not gonna help him in the long run. Because when the going get tough, he ain't gonna know how to deal with it when you get to that next level of middle school, high school, and college. That's always been a pet peeve of mine, man. And every organization I done coached in, I have seen that daddy ball. I can't stand it. I had boys to play, and anybody will tell you when I coached them, it wasn't no favoritism. If they messed up, they got took out the daggum game. They didn't start at quarterback and stuff all the time. It's a competition. May the best man win. It wasn't all. I wasn't trying to live my dream through them because you know what? I did it. I played. I was good. I want them to be better. I've never wanted none of my sons to live off my name good at sports. I said, no, you make a name for yourself. But that's the
Right.
problem we got dealing with a lot of youth sports these days. These dads are trying to live through their kids and making it more about themselves than it is about the kids. And that's the same thing just for coaching, period. I see a lot of coaches, they out there for themselves. They gotta have a superstar team. They gotta have every good kid that they can get. If his daddy was good, his uncle good. Oh, we got to get them. We got to put them all on one team. Well, that's good, but where's the competition at? No, 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 no. What make you a good coach is you take them mediocre kids that don't none of the other coaches want. You take that group and you coach that group up to win a championship. Okay, say you got a 10-game season, and the one coach he picks the first 30 good kids. Me and you, Jeremy, we left with the last 30, what they want to say, scrub kids. That's the group I want. I want the kid that ain't played number 1 or 2 years of football. I want the kid that plays 0 years of football. You know why? Because them kind of players, they're not gonna talk back. They're gonna listen. They're gonna learn. They're gonna let you teach them how to play the game. When you get all these superstars and their dads and all these other coaches filling their heads up, they the world greater. They're uncoachable to me. Uncoachable to me. You take them out the game, they pouting. They don't get the ball a certain amount of time, they're pouting.
Right.
If he can't, if Billy Joe can't play quarterback, you and his daddy got to have an argument because his daddy think he's quarterback. Let me tell you this, dads or coaches, all your sons ain't daggum quarterbacks. Okay, just because you the coach don't mean your son got to be the quarterback. And I don't care who I'm pissing off, who looking at this. I don't care. I get tired of seeing that, man. It takes the funness out of the game. But back to what I'm saying, you give me and Mr. Gill, you give us the mediocre team. First 5 games, we might go 0-5 because it might just take us 5 weeks to get them boys believing themselves, coached up to how we want them. But them next 5 games, we're gonna go 5-0, and we're gonna go steamroll into that playoff. And we might not win that championship game, but we're gonna compete in that championship game. And you know why I say that? Because I've done it. I did it with the Murray County Bulldogs.
Go Dogs.
Okay, it was Hadrian, I think 9 to 10-year-old team, and they broke all them off. They took they best little guys as they thought. Okay, and what made it all happen is we had a team of 40 some kids. I think 42 kids, and we went to the Smyrna Bowl. In 2 days out of 42 kids, you know how many kids touched that field?
How many?
16.
Jeez.
Out of those 16, 6 or 7 of them was coach's sons, and the others was the ones they thought was the best. It pissed me off to no end to see some of these kids on their sideline in tears, mad, pouting because they couldn't play, and they could play, but they didn't put them in off of, oh, we don't know who your dad is, or you're not my son, so you don't play, or we don't think you good enough for us to get out here in. But we want you to be on this sideline so it looked like we got a lot of numbers with this team.
Right.
You make our team look good because it looked like we got a lot of kids. Granted, you did. You had a lot of kids. You had 42 kids. Only 16 playing in 2 days. Pissed me off. So I went right to the president and I said, this ain't going to go. Split these teams up. And he said, we could do that. But if we split the team up, the A coaches, they get first dibs of who they want. That's fine. They can take whoever they want. Give me the kids. Give me the leftovers. And that's exactly what they did. They gave me the leftovers. The first week, you wouldn't have thought them boys knew nothing about football.
Mm-hmm.
Hadrian knew a little bit about football because I trained him. I had a couple more kids who knew a little bit about football. But out of the 25 kids they gave me, I only had like 8 that really knew football. So that first week, we scrimmaged in the A team and stuff. They kicking our butts. My boy's head was down, and I told him at the end of one of the scrimmage, I said, do y'all believe in me like I believe in y'all? And they said, yes, sir. I said, well, by you saying that, let me coach y'all. And I said, let me coach y'all. Let me teach y'all. Me and Mr. Bell.
Okay.
I had Mr. Bell as coach. I ain't had number 2 coach. And shout out to Camo Detailer, Casey Stovall.
Okay.
I had him.
Yeah.
It was us 3. And I said, let us coach y'all. Let us teach y'all. Listen to us. Listen to everything we do. Because right now they saying y'all the scrubs. They gave y'all to me because y'all are the scrubs. That's what they said. I don't believe that. Your parents don't believe that. None of these other coaches on. I said, so we should take that and put a chip on your shoulder because they gave y'all to me because they said y'all are the scrubs. Y'all not better than the 18. I said, but let us coach you up. Let us coach you up. Listen, learn, and believe in yourself. And I guarantee you, not only will we start kicking their butts at practice, but we're going to get out there on Saturday and we're going to compete and we're going to win. The next 2 weeks, after a good 2 weeks of practicing, the A team won't scrimmage us again. It wasn't no fear in my boys' eyes this time. Oh, no, it wasn't no fear. We didn't talk a lot of trash. At least, even though I do talk a lot of trash, I don't teach my team to talk trash. We come to the field, you come professionally, you kick butt, and you leave off the field professionally. That's how we're going to play. So it wasn't a lot of hoorah. We ain't got to do that. The A team had a lot of hoorah, okay? At the end of that scrimmage, the score was 28-7. We had kicked their butt, okay? The first game of the season, the A team lost. I think they lost like 30-7. You know what our score was? 45-0. The A team coaches said we had the best of the best. They said, Sidney Williams, you got the scrubs. I'm gonna continue to talk right now. The end of the year, the A team won 3 games. The end of the year, we went 7-1 and on our way to a playoff run for the championship. The A team got put out first round of the playoffs. The scrub team, which was my team, we made it to the championship. We lost against a very, very good Pope John Paul team from Hendersonville that was well coached. But let me tell you about that team. I got out coached when we played them in the regular season. I got in over my head. We was riding high. We were 5-0. I'm saying I got a good team. I'm a good coach, and I got 2 good coaches. That coach from Pope John Paul has scouted my team. Out coached me, kicked our butts 28-7.
Is that allowed in that league?
Yeah, it's 9-10. Hell yeah, it's allowed. Yeah, you can scout. They can come to your games a little. And I had to get a piece of humble pie. He kicked my butt, but I told my team, I said, this loss is not y'all fault. This loss is my fault. I said, because I got in over my head. I was riding high because I took a team that they thought was scrubs and I made y'all win. We 5-0. I said, so I was tooting my own horn. Let me take a step back. Yeah. Let me take a step back and go back to fundamentals of the game. Let me go back to the way I really coach. I said, when we play this team again in the championship, because I knew we were going to make it because I believed in my team, I said it'd be a whole different outcome. And it was. Went down to the wire, and they beat me on a trick play, 28-21. But you know what I told my team at the end of the game? I said, there's nothing to hold y'all head about. Because in July, they didn't think y'all was good. They didn't think you were going to win the game. I said, here it is, November. We just played for a championship. And even though we lost, we still made it to a championship with 25 of the so-called scrubs that they thought y'all was. But I believed in you. Coach Bell believed in you. Coach Stovall believed in you. And you believe in yourself. We put it in upon you to believe in yourself. And we did that. So that's what I go through about coaching. You got to get out there and coach these youth sports. It's not all about you. Because I thought that for a minute too when we winning, when we went 5-0, and I messed it up for that little bit.
Yeah.
But I went back to why I was really out there. I'm out there for the kids. I wasn't trying to live my dream through Hadrian. I knew Hadrian was going to be good. I knew he was going to be good. I didn't have to live my dream through him. Right. He was good anyway. Went out there trying to live through my son. But I got big headed when we went 5-0.
Yeah.
I said I was a hell of a coach. Look what I've done with this so-called scrub team. And the coach from Pope, John Paul, came in and kicked my butt, and he humbled me. And I told him, I said, thank you. After the game, I said, thank you.
Well, I want to touch on that.
What, Coach?
I want to touch on that for a minute about being, going from being humble and turning that into a lesson.
Go ahead. Oh, well, I mean, because, man, a lot of things in life, you might get blessed to get some nice things in life. You might get blessed to get a nice executive job. You might get blessed to win the lottery, fall in the money, anything, whatever you want to call it. Even blessed to get drafted. NFL, NBA, Major League. Shaq Mason, look at him. Drafted to the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of Super Bowl rings. Millionaire. He come back home. You don't even know that he play NFL. Humble. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
He is a humble guy. I mean, world class. You can't ask him because a lot of professional athletes don't act like that. Shaq will come up and shake your hand. He give you an autograph. You know what I'm saying? Like he hang around just like he's just a regular person. He's very humble. That's what I'm talking about. Because you can have it all and not be humble. It can all be taken away from you from the snap of your finger like that. So you got to eat a piece of humble pie. We all done had to do.
I'm curious about that, though. I hear that a lot. That a lot of athletes aren't like that. I'm really curious as to who are these athletes that are just coming around and like slapping hands away and refusing to do autographs or selfies.
Well, I heard. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard of some big names that done it. Major athletes,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, why? Like, I mean, okay, I could. Sometimes you might get overwhelmed. You go out to a restaurant with your family or something, you want to eat. And I can understand if you don't want to do an autograph while you eating.
Right.
Okay, but like if you out and finna go in the restaurant and kids want your autograph and stuff, and you doing that with kids or anything. Come on, man.
Well, I don't want to go on I didn't mean to send you to derail your point there. I was just really curious. I mean, it's like, what is this, 53 players? What is it, 32 teams in the NFL? That's what, man, 1,696 somewhere, 696, I think. 1,696. Anyway, it's over almost 2,000 people in the NFL, right? Like, I'm curious as to how many people are just like, get out of here, kid. You know what I mean? What's that thing about us as human beings where negativity has the bigger impact? You may be talking about 10 players out of almost 2,000 players, right? On a 53-man roster who may be a little bit of a jerk. But there is that stigma out there that, like, man, that's a weird thing, right? Where people just think that athletes are just jerks and they don't have time for people. They're not humble. Anyway.
I mean, and back to my point.
Sorry.
I didn't coach that team to a championship and all that by myself. Mr. Bell, James Bell, we know Mr. Bell to me because he older and he's our buddy dad.
I almost want to find you for that thing.
And Casey Kodak Stovall, them two guys right there deserve every bit of the credit to me. Because without them two, I could have did. Casey had my defensive line, and linebackers outrageous. The defensive line couldn't be stopped. That's because of him. Mr. Bell was Mr. Bell was the senior of the group. I was the head coach, but Mr. Bell is that he was that counterpart that the head coach needed to tell you when to calm down, or Sydney, we might need to do this, do that. You need somebody like that on the team. Mr. Bell was a do it all. He did it all. He did it all. So you got to have stuff like that. That's just like when me and you coach with the Columbia Lions, man. It wasn't called the me and you that. Now, we was a big part of changing that team around, but that wasn't just called me and you. We had Kent. We had a couple other coaches out there that was really out there for the kids. And when you got that, and you get the kids believing in themselves, and when you out there for the kids, actually, that's when you can take them teams and turn them into winning teams. And that's why I go back out there. That's why I go back to saying what I'm saying. If you're going to coach youth sport, if you go coach sports, period, do it for the right thing. Don't do it to make you a big name.
Which that's one of the things.
Our time is over.
That's one of the things I love about Book, man. Is he was definitely one of those coaches that he made sure that he wasn't baiting people. You're talking about. I think what you were basically saying towards the beginning there. Your point was that everyone wants to, prop people up, and because this person is that person, and trying to live through their kid. That happens a lot. But I really do think people like Book who just look a kid in the face and be like, "Nah, man, you got caught because you slow. And here's what you need to do to get better." Like just ripping the Band-Aid off and telling kids the truth, I think has a huge impact.
Look, I'm gonna tell you one of the in my eyes, and I could be biased because it's kind of family.
Yeah.
One of the greatest, if not the greatest, kids baseball coaches in Murray County. I got rest his soul to my cousin's pops, Greg English, because he was definitely there for kids. Me and Courtney played as kids, and if we messed up at anything coming out the game, I know I talked back to him one time. He set me on the bench for the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Humbling.
He was genuine. Look, I'm telling you, he was genuinely there for kids from the time, like, me and Courtney, 36 years old. His daddy was still dealing with baseball way after our time. It's generations and generation through generation that come up and will talk to you about Coach English. Rest his soul. Need more coaches like that.
Yeah.
Because he was out there for kids. People need to look at that type of coaching and let them mentor them. Because that helped me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had other coaches, Coach Willie Morgan, Coach B.K. Ryan, Coach Cricket. Them dudes went out there because they sons out there. They were genuinely good coaches.
Yeah, man.
So getting all that coaching experience from them guys, that helped me when I started coaching. So we got to look at that, man. Eat a piece of humble pie.
Well, I think what you're talking about is community, right? Like back in the day, parents were okay with coaches getting on their kids because they knew that it was for a reason and it was going to make them better on and off the field. Like shout out to Coach Carey, Coach Amos back in the days when those teams were really prominent, man.
Coach Pete Crawford, man.
Yeah, Coach Pete. Oh man.
Coach Tony, they had us with the Bulldogs. I mean, Coach Ollie, man, come on, man. Coach Ollie, come on now. I never did play for the Wildcats, but I respected Coach Ollie, man, because even though we didn't play for the team, he still was a coach. Like if he's seen your stuff, he would coach you up on things that he's seen coaching against you to help you work on things.
So let me ask you
this.
Gonna
get no coach. You ain't gonna get no coach like that now, man.
Let me ask you this. If you are the coach that you are today, how were you impacted through those youth sports? Like, what impacted you more? Was it the yelling, the rah, rah, rah? Was it the coach that just broke things down? Like, what coach/teaching style really got you to focus and be better?
I like the coach that got in my ass. And even though I got a good story to tell you.
Pay the man.
Pay the man. I got you. Coach Sykes, Jason Sykes' dad, coached us with the Bulldogs. And I always respect Coach Sykes for this. We were playing in the game. I remember like yesterday, I was about 11, 12 years old. But I talked back to him in the course of the game. Here I am, the starting running back for the Bulldogs. He pulled me out of that game. And I was in wrong because I talked back. He told me to do a certain thing, and I told him, I told him, hell no, I'm doing it my way. Pulled me out the game. And we were playing the Smyrna Dogs. Back then, the Smyrna Dogs was a good team.
Right.
And he said, you can get back in that game and play once you realize you was in the wrong and apologize, not to me, but to your teammates for what you did to get that penalty.
Right.
And being Sydney, I wouldn't give in at first. I wouldn't give in. I'm sitting down there pouting everything. My daddy done got on me, so I'm not listening to nobody. I'm being Sydney. You know what being Sydney is back there.
Mm-hmm.
But as I sit out there and I watch all my teammates playing, and I watch my teammates having fun, and I'm not out there having fun with them because something I did.
Right.
I had to sit back and I thought it at that age, and I apologized to Coach Sykes. I apologized to my dad. I apologized to my team. I got back in that game, and we won. We didn't win because of me. We had a heck of a team. We had Fred Spartman, Montre Osborne, Ryan Gerhardt, Brad Fitzpatrick, Big Ralph. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Mm.
It wasn't no one-man team. We had a good team.
Right.
So don't say I came back in the game, won the game for us because we were going to win anyway.
Right.
It's just the honor to get, it was an honor and a privilege to get to play with guys like that and coach like that. And that how Coach Sykes got on me. Like, he got in my butt about it. I needed that type of stuff.
Right.
Because that would light a fire in me. Like, all right, I'm gonna go prove to you that I can do this, without getting in trouble.
Right.
So I like the coaches that stayed on me. Jimmy Young. A lot of people don't like Jimmy Young. I like Coach Young. Because you know yourself, he stayed on us for anything. And if he considered you a leader or anything, like when we played our senior year, if y'all did something wrong, I was responsible for it because I was supposed to be the leader and the example for y'all.
Man, listen, and you one of the worst ones. You were one of the worst ones. You're the biggest catalyst for anything wrong going on.
I know it. But I like that though. Like I needed that type of coaching, man. And I see it nowadays. 90% of kids can't take that type of coaching. They can't. They just can't. They ain't even kids.
Yeah.
It's middle school, high school. It's almost trickled up to college. They just can't take that type of coaching no more. I'm like, man, why y'all even out here?
But that's part of the community thing, right?
Coaching.
That's more of a community issue.
Yeah.
That's more of a community issue, right? That's one of those things of, person who's not related to you down the block used to could whoop you and send you back home. Now you better not even look or correct my kid verbally, let alone put your hands on him, And I understand that we have to grow in that arena. We have to learn how to parent better and all that stuff. But we did lose a sense of community. It's very much of, no one's going to tell my kid anything, right? But you wrapped up in that, because you went from player to coach. I want you to peel back the curtain a little bit. And this is from the chats here. Mr. Luna again. Shout out to Manny Luna. So he's asking,
shout out.
Yeah, if your child is being coached terribly, should you let the coach know they are not doing a good job? Kind of peel the curtain back for the people out there who may or may not know. How does it work with coaches coaching/teaching each other?
Man, I'm glad you brought up that point. The type of coach I was, I wanted feedback. That's the same as this show. If we doing something on this show that y'all don't like, we need to know. That's something we can work on. Okay, so if I ain't coaching my team all the way right, let me know. That's something I can work on. So I didn't mind that. You can't be good without criticism. We all need constructive criticism. Can we wake up and see that? That's another problem. We all need constructive criticism. So yeah, I like this parent feedback. I coached a basketball game one time, and this when I had first started coaching basketball. It was a situation where I should have called a timeout. I didn't. We lost off it. And it was a parent, and this was a woman parent. After the game, she said, "Sydney, you could have called a timeout and drew up a play, and we would have won." And I look back, and I'm like, what, you're right. I panicked in that situation. I didn't know what to do, and we lost that game. And I had a pretty good team, but that's what I needed because I knew what to work on that week. So if I got in that situation again that next Saturday, I knew to call it timeout.
Right.
we all need constructive criticism, man. It's just how you handle it.
Well, one
You know what
more
I'm saying? It's
question
just how you
before we
handle
switch gears here. Talk to me about Sidney Dean, the student. Who was it? What type of teaching style really got you to just sit still for a minute and shut up for half a second? I know it's
it.
impossible with the
Oh
Sidney
man,
Dean, but like, who's the teacher for you that got you to just
shit.
focus for a little bit?
It can't. It ain't just one. It ain't just one. Man, Miss McClure, Miss Real, Miss Massey, Coach Duggar, Miss Hassan, Miss Claiborne. Them teachers right there, man. I'm telling you, like, if it wasn't for and they was all my middle school teachers. If it wasn't for them in middle school, I don't know what path I would have took. Because when I was in elementary school, I was an asshole. it wasn't teaching in elementary
Man, oh
school that
man,
could calm
no.
me down. Like, I'm just saying, when I was in elementary school, it wasn't a teacher that could calm me down. But them teachers that I named right there at E.A. Cox Middle School, I will forever appreciate and love because they changed the path that I was going down. Because I really had never had a teacher show that they cared. And them teachers not only got on me,
Mm-hmm.
but they showed they cared. So right then and there, I'm like, okay, all teachers not bad. Some teachers really do care about kids.
Right.
And them teachers right there, man, I will forever be graciously appreciative of. Them ones I named.
Man,
And they
that's
were hard. They were hard on me. They was hard on me. But I needed that. You know how Miss Real was at E.A. Cox as our principal. She was a no nonsense principal.
right.
And
Right.
I needed that, man. You know, so yeah.
Man, that's a good way. So let's go ahead and switch the gears a little bit too.
Un pasito más, vamos a bailar. Un pasito más, bueno para gozar. Un pasito.
I need a burrito, yeah. I need a burrito, yeah. I need a burrito,
Oh
yeah.
man, this dude right here. So we're talking about tropics, which is trending topics, aka tropics. See what we did there? Huh? Well, you're to the left over here. So what do you got for today's trending topic, man?
Trending topic. The trending topic, as everybody know, was the Grammys last
The
night.
Grammys. I didn't watch
The
them.
Grammys.
I didn't watch them.
I didn't watch
Are we
all
getting
of it.
canceled? I don't
I
know,
didn't
man.
watch all of it. I watched Lil Baby put on a powerful performance. Megan Thee Stallion, she stole the show. You know, a couple of newcomer names that I ain't really know about, they stole the show. But you know, for the most part, I didn't really watch it. But big shout out to Megan Thee Stallion and
The
Lil
Stallion.
Baby for the award show that he put on. I know, but dude on the Heat on Sirius Radio, he say Megan Thee Stallion. You know, but yeah, that's the trending topic. I mean, that was the trending thing. I didn't watch all of it,
Yeah,
so
man.
we ain't got to go on and on about it. But those shout out to those two, and then to shout out one in the award show.
See, I didn't even really have any experience. But look, I got a good excuse. Me and my wife celebrated our 6th-year anniversary. And shout out to Teen
Yeah.
Talks out there because I was under the impression that it was our 7th year. I miscalculated. I hate that. My wife did too. That's the only thing that saved me. So we were both on the wrong year, man. So we're trying to hurry this thing up. Get some more
Man,
time. Here.
I got congratulations to y'all
Thank
too,
you,
man,
thank you,
and made many more, bro. And made many more.
I appreciate it, man. As long as she don't get wise to the fact that she definitely married down.
Nah, man.
I gotta lose this weight, do some more push-ups or something. Oh,
Nah,
real
man.
quick, Orlando Wade is in the chat saying, "Good job, my guy." But kids these days are soft.
Speaking of which, you came in at the right time, Mr. Wade, because we going. Mr. Gales wanted to do this thing, top 10 in Spring Hill history, outside of us.
Uh-oh.
Because look, all right, when he first brought this to me, he was like, "We can't put ourselves in this," and I said, "You crazy?" I said, "You crazy? Hell, you think I ain't gonna put myself in Spring Hill top 10?" But we honorable mention. We on the
Honorable mention. That's right. We can't include ourselves in the list.
Can't include ourselves. But our top 10 in Spring Hill history, number one, hands down.
No, wait. Go 10 to 1, man. Build to 1. What are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead. Number 10.
Number 10. Shoot. Man, I'm gonna put number 10 as Tyler Oden, man. He was he's one of the most recent ones. But Tyler is a tall kid, 6'7", heck of a quarterback. Was a Army Navy finalist for the All-American Bowl. So, he'll forever be down in the history of that. Shoot. Let's see, man. Do I have to go 10 to 1 or just can I?
You know what? Hey, do what you want to, man. I just enjoy when it deals to the number 1. But yeah, go ahead.
I do my top. All right. And number 9, respectfully, don't nobody get mad at nothing like this. But number 9, respectfully, I give it to Dante Smith, man. I'm telling you, boy, bad. Showed out. I got a chance to watch him firsthand. Him and Hadrian played together. Love to watch him, his moves, running ability, everything. It was, legit. Oh man. Number 8. Number 8 gonna be with us, man. I put number 8 as Big Rod. R.I.P. to Big Rod, one of the best defensive linemen in Spring Hill history to me, man. We gotta put Big Rod at number 8. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all can categorize anybody you want. I'm just doing this. I didn't really want to do it like that. I had my top 5. Big Rod, number 8. Number 7, I put down Zach Chapel. Zach Chapel was one of the best offensive linemen.
That dude was crazy too.
That touched the field at Spring Hill. Lunatic on the field, and with just a bad dude. And number 7, man, got to put my teammate, man, Mr. Hope. Mr. Hope, man, Jason Hope, man.
Yeah, man.
Jason Hope was a game changer when he stepped in at quarterback at Spring Hill, man. Started, putting us back on the map a little bit. He took over the reins midway through his freshman year, and it was his show from then on out. So, Jason Hope is number 7. Number 6, man, got to put my boy, man, Sadiq Ziad.
At number 6.
Sadiq Ziad. I'm gonna tell you why. Sadiq was how receivers are now, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 220. He was like that then, 2003, 2004. Yeah. You wasn't seeing receivers like it.
Yeah.
And he was really like it. But the thing that got you with Sadiq was a humble, quiet superstar. You would never know him.
Sitting in his corner, blinking up a storm.
Blinking up a storm, and was a game changer. So I give him number 6. Number 5 on my list. Got to give it to my boy Troy Carter, man.
Ooh, at number 5.
Troy Carter, man, was world-class speed. He one of the few guys that I would admit that was faster than me.
What?
At his time.
I got that on record now. I'm going to tell everybody.
At his time playing at Spring Hill, like in the 90s and stuff. But Troy Carter, man, was a heck of a safety, man. Blow the roofs off on a wheel, not a wheel route, a go route, man. But he was before his time, man. We had players like Percy Harvin and stuff late on in the year. Troy Carter was one of those type players, Shoot. Who I got at number 4? Yeah, man, it's gonna be hard. Number 4, man.
Getting into the thick of
it's gonna
things.
be hard. Number 4.
Go ahead, lay it out, brother. Lay it out,
man. I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to get into the thick thing. Number 4. It's gonna be a little hard right here. Shoot.
Well, look, I'm gonna filibust for you a little bit because I want people to understand that for Sidney Dean to admit somebody's faster than him, that's something. This is a dude that I'm pretty sure one time claimed that Usain Bolt couldn't tie his cleats up.
Man, number 4, man.
Number
4, man. I'm gonna have to have it's gonna be like a 3-way tie, man. Putt because Putt was a heck of a running back, and then you had Big Hargrove. Big Hargrove up there at Spring Hill was a heck of an offensive lineman, man. And so I got to put them two as a tie for number 4. If somebody else got a better number 4, because I really didn't know about the players that came before those guys. So somebody else got a better number 4. Be sure to chime in. Number three, Charles the Chuck Mitchell. I'm telling you, was feared at Spring Hill. Guys didn't want to run up and hit him when he played fullback, and they definitely didn't want Charles to hit them when he played linebacker. Charles was a linebacker before his time. Charles was a baby Ray Lewis out there. I remember going to watch Charles play, and he literally put fear in the other teams when he played.
Yeah.
It ain't been a player come through Spring Hill no more did that. And if you meet Charles on the field, you would never think Charles was a heck of a football player like that, because he could be a daggum comedian. That's how funny the dude is. But on the football field, you wanted to be on his team because that's how intimidating Charles Mystery was. So he number 3. Number 2 is another Odin on the list, Bernard Jug Odin, man. He really started setting the trend of mobile quarterback around, in the Murray County area. Jug was big 6'5", 6'6" quarterback, could sling that ball, but could also run and, set some passing records and things, put Spring Hill on the map. So it running the bloodline in the Odin. But the number 1 player of all time football is Spring Hill High School. None other than the guy that chimed in earlier on our comment, Orlando, Mr. Papa Wade. Let me tell you, I never did watch him play, but all you do is hear the stories of Orlando Papa Wade, and it amazes you. I went back and watched that daggum state championship game that they played in, and the things he did, 6'2" and a half, running like it back then. You don't see nothing like it. The dude's a man amongst boys. So you still hear about this stuff to these days, man. All these years later, man, you hear about Papa Wade. When you mention Spring Hill, that's the first name you hear. And respectfully, that better be the first name you hear, because he was the best football player in Spring Hill history, hands down. That's my top 10. Hope I made a lot of people proud. And you blew my screen up. I can't see myself.
I don't know what's going on, man. Ain't nothing but the devil. What you know when people do that? Let's just put you over me. How about that?
Nah, man, it's the Gail Dean show. We gotta be next to each other.
You gotta forgive us for the technical difficulties, man. But yeah,
that's my top.
That's
10,
a solid
man.
list, man.
That's it. But guess what, though? I was gonna be in that top 10. Mr. Gale said I couldn't put myself in it. But we right outside looking in. We honorable mention.
Yeah, honorable mention.
For the show, we honorable mention. In my eye, I'm in that daggum top 10.
Well, I'm gonna need you to pay the man a couple of times, and then we'll move right on into our next thing here. All right, bear with us, people. We're trying to get these technical difficulties on the way, but for now, I'll need Mr. Dean to focus on cows. The T is solid. All right.
Solid.
So here we go. Mr. Dean, what you got for the challenge of the week?
Man, challenge of the week, I always do, like, for here lately, all the challenges of the week, I've been doing like something for like fitness or some stuff like that. We're going to change it up this week. Week. All right. I want people out there, I know we got a lot of Nike lovers, we got a lot of Adidas lovers, we got a lot of Puma lovers, we got a lot of Jordan lovers. This week, if you own any of that stuff, I want you to match it up one day. So one day, I want you to wear Adidas on Nike, or wear Nike on Nike on Reebok, whatever. Just mismatch your clothes up and go out like it one day. I ain't saying you got to go out to no club or nothing, but I just want you to match. I want to see who can humble themselves. Since we've been talking about humbleness, I want to see who can humble themselves, and we're gonna do some mismatching up stuff. So match up your clothing wear. Match up your Adidas, your Nike, your Puma, your Reebok, whatever you own. Don't wear the same thing. Match it up, mismatch it up. And let's take we're gonna take a poll on who all did that last week. I'm gonna do it, and I'll take a picture that I did.
So wait, are we talking about? And shout out to my boy Josh Turner out there. Are we talking Josh Turner like 2004, or are we talking about just changing it up?
No, Josh Turner, 2004. Josh Turner would have on 2 pair of Kobe's, but he would have on a red Kobe and a blue Kobe.
Yeah.
That's still same Nike.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying now, mismatch it up. If you got to put on a daggum Nike shoe with an Adidas shoe, don't do that. But like clothing, like wear like an Adidas sweatshirt with some Nike pants or something. You know, since we talking about humbling, I want to see how many people actually
mix matching.
Yeah, mismatch your brands.
Okay.
One day this week, mismatch your brands.
I like it. I like it. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is an old challenge. I don't know if it's like we used to do like a Bible study back in the day and all kinds of stuff. But the challenge I'm gonna put out there for the week is lose 5 arguments. Like literally, I think I'm right. Matter of fact, I know I'm right. But lose that argument on purpose. Just let the person have it when you're right. Whether you think you're right or wrong, lose 5 arguments. Talk about humility. Look at you.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
You talk about humility. That's a strong test right there, buddy.
Damn sure is. I gotta take a sip on
Pay
that.
the man. That gum, Dean. What am I gonna do with you?
I'm sorry, people. Forgive me. I'm not
must
perfect.
be them drinks. Must be them drinks, man. Taking them sips on that.
It's Michelob. It's Michelob Ultra. It has nothing in it. It's like water.
That's cute.
It just helped me sleep better at night.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Craig today. He the one turned me on to that. I didn't mind it at all.
Help you sleep better at night. Yeah, man. Shout out to all our boys, man. We grew up to. That's what we don't do, man. But you know, and I guess this is what me going into the motivation part of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody we grew up with that we were close with. And even if you was an enemy of mine or somebody, shout out to you too. We don't do that enough. And as you know, man, people are dropping like wildflies today. Yeah. I think in the last 2 years, man, more people have died than I have known than I have ever been encountered with all my life. So, you know, you ain't got to talk to a person every day or something, man. Message them, text them, just text them, man. Shout out. You know, we got to do more of that because we don't never know when it's it.
Yeah, man.
You never know, especially these days of time, man. You got enemies, you got anything like that, man. Man, squash all that. Forgive it. You ain't got to talk to them, but just let the past be the past. Give them a shout out. Give them a what's up and keep it moving, man. Because like I said, these last 2 years, man. I know for me, I've had more people die than I know that I've ever experienced before in my life. That's just a weird feeling, man. So, you know, we can't keep holding on to grudge and stuff we got for people. Stuff that happened to you in the past, back even in high school, like I said, man, or if it was just your close knit of people that you grew up with. You got ways of getting in contact with people nowadays. You got all types of social media stuff, man. Just shout them out. You ain't got to say, hey, I love you, man. Shout out. Let them know you're thinking about them, man. And we got to do that. That's my motivation of the show segment, man. You got anything you want to take us home with?
I can't say it any better than that. I like the part about the enemies. Look, man, thank everybody for joining us and chiming in and helping us get better and better. It'll be a lot better next week, Lord willing. But what we'll try to do is, look, man, we all can have a rough weekend or a really good weekend that's just rough only. You know, just join us every Monday night. We'll try to make it a little bit earlier. That way you can get some sleep and, you know, get up. But until then, see you next week when Dean counts down his top 10 beefs in high school. All right. Talking about humility.
Oh, get ready. I might stir up the pot again right
there. Why?